happening, folks?
Hey everybody, how's it going? Man, you guys sound solid. Listen to that. That is an ovation. And there's only 9 people in chat. You guys are going nuts. Awesome. How's your week been? What is this charger thing popping up for?
Hot. It's been hot. Good God, it's been hot. Today has been about the coolest day. I'm thinking tomorrow's not going to be as terrible.
You know, I was thinking on my way home, actually when I got home, this heat has been ridiculous. And it's not just the heat, it's humidity. The humidity is just crazy. But I got home from work and I took my pants off.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Oh, God.
Changing into my at-home clothes. And I realized that it's so hot. My underwear was drenched.
No. I just threw up in my mouth a little. Oh.
I probably could have peed myself.
Oh, God.
And would have never known because of all the sweat.
Oh.
I mean.
All right. Let's see. Oh, Pine and Oak. What's up, Pine and Oak? That's like my neighbor, or used to be neighbor. I guess he's living in Tennessee now. Whatever. But
you're mine.
Yeah, TMI.
What can't you share with friends? You should be able to share everything with friends, right?
I guess there's Miss Rhinestone. Let's say hey to folks here. Plywood, Woodworking 52, Ray and Sandy, Billy Shoemate, Miss Rhinestone, Suzanne, Susie Dowdy, John. What's up, John? Pine and Oak. Perry the Carving Wizard. I think Dad was in there. He's trying to figure out something on the computer. Jeff Dowdy's in there. Susie Dowdy's in there. What is up?
Billy gets me. He's like swamp ass season everywhere. He's right. He's not wrong. It's that time of year.
Greg. Yeah, Greg Reynolds. Woodchucker. How much woodchucker chainsaw carver could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck chainsaw carver could chuck wood or something like that? There's too much. That's too much.
So I want to share the favorite line that I thought I heard from Judy. Just before we went live.
You don't have to. No.
Oh, no, I need to share this.
Oh, jeez.
Rusty was giving Judy some crap, and Judy says, "Listen, mister, don't think your britches are bigger than what they are. I run this house." Boom.
You don't have to you just cut that right out. I'm glad this ain't live. I'll cut that out in editing.
Oh, no, I'm putting that as a short. I'm going to put that out there as a short. All right. So I gave you all some homework. First off, got him with the yardstick. First off,
there's Miss June.
Yep. Hi, June.
And Beadin' Crazy, Miss Francis, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I'm terrible with names. Anyway, go ahead, sir. Sorry.
So I gave you guys some homework. If you've seen my post, tonight is all about you. You, not us, you. A lot of times the chat gets so busy and gets moving so fast that questions get missed, questions don't get answered. So what we want tonight is for you to put whatever questions you have in chat or go to my page with the post and put a comment in there, and we will try to get to as many questions as we can tonight. So we also have the link pinned, so later on, if anybody wants to jump on screen, you guys are more than welcome to jump on screen. But remember, do you have questions? Do you want questions answered? Is there something that you want to ask?
All right, I got to get to a couple things here. Mr. Old Path, sir, he's hanging out. What's up, buddy? Shalom.
What is the average wingspan of an unswollen sparrow? 12 inches.
7 3/4. Old Path, sir. So the plan is right now, unless you tell me different, I think Judy and I are going to drive out to see y'all the 15th, 16th, 17th, somewhere right in there. We're going to ride out there and hang out with you, buddy. And maybe we can coordinate with Miss Rhinestone, and maybe we can stop in and see her or something, whatever. Something.
No, I have every color underwear but pink. Now, as we talked about earlier in the heat and it being so hot, sometimes the red gets so wet they look like they're pink, but they are not pink. So there you go. There's your answer. Now, since I saw Bear and the Boss Lady in the chat, and they were the only one brave enough to actually put a question in, I'm going to ask this question that was aimed at Rusty. And this is from Bear and the Boss Lady. It says, I got to sip some water for this one.
Oh boy. What's up, Slapshot? What is up, my friend? I hope you're doing well, buddy. And I seen it. Have I seen this name? Have we seen this name before? Patricia's Craft Corner.
Yeah.
Have we? Okay. I can't. I'm terrible with names. Whatever.
Okay. Bear's question. My first question is for Rusty. When you put your hat on, do you ever feel like you're about to give a tour in a chocolate factory?
Yeah, yes, I do. As a matter of fact, yeah, yep, I sure do. And over here, you can see the Oompa Loompas. Yeah. There's Josh Fritz jumped in there. What's up, Josh? Yeah,
That's it.
I can't wait.
Answer you can besides yes.
That's it. I do look a little wonky. I do. I absolutely do. Yes, that's the best answer I got. Yes. What do you want?
You've got to get better with your comebacks. I mean, that was kind of a dig, I think.
I don't care. There. Whatever.
And you know, your smack talk back and forth, you really lack in that. I think we need to.
Look, when you're jealous of somebody's hat, I mean, it comes out in your questions and stuff, and you know, whatever.
So Miss June's question is, what is the easiest way to start woodworking? Do it. Find little small projects that you may want to work on. Ones that you don't need a whole lot of tools with: hammer, nails, saw, and tape measure, and start with that. Don't worry about joints. Use butt joints. If you don't know what a butt joint is, I can explain it to you. But just do little projects. If you like flowers or herbs, make little flower and herb boxes. Really simple. You cut them, nail them together, and you got yourself a box.
Yeah. What tools do you need? I guess, basic tools, the old handsaw. I mean, a tape measure, a pencil,
I
what
would
else?
also say
Hammer,
yeah,
nails.
hammer, nails, or a drill.
Yeah,
So you
drill.
could, countersink some holes or screw some holes in. You don't need a lot of tools to get started. As you get better and advance, then you can add on to tools, but you don't need a chop saw. If you learn how to handsaw, that's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Handsaw, hammer, drill. That's it.
And
Or
I definitely go to flea markets, and look for stuff.
yep.
Chris
Oh,
Jenkins is
John.
in the house.
Hold on 1 second. I seen something. I've not been getting notifications for a while. Also, I would like to do carving. Any suggestions for beginners? That was Patricia's Crafting Corner. So, Patricia, what I'm going to suggest is go in to your channels that you want notifications for and go under the subscribe button. Under the subscribe, there will be a notification key. You can get all notifications, some notifications, or no notifications. Make sure you have that checked for all the channels that you want to get notifications from. Now, as far as the carving, do you want to do knife carving or do you want to do Dremel carving like so many in the community do? If you're going to do Dremel carving, then I would suggest watching Amy Jo and Rhinestone Suzanne. But for what I've seen really good beginner videos, and I don't think anybody's going to disagree with me, is Matt Carves or Carving Fusion by Jordy Johnson. And if you watch their videos and go step by step with them, yes, even you can Dremel carve. So there's my answers for that. And if anybody thinks there's somebody better, please put it in chat. I definitely say check out Amy Jo and Rhinestone Suzanne. But I think the best videos I've found for beginners has to be Jordy and Matt. And I think everybody in here that Dremel carves probably has watched Jordy and Matt's videos. Awesome. Hey, Mike Stanifer, how's it going? Yeah. Why? Yes. Woodchucker. That's perfect. You're right. Let me get back up. The chat is crazy.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Dang it. There.
It's not any better. It's people learn different ways. So watch them all is the best, in my opinion. That's from Woodchucker. Yeah, for sure. Watch all of them because I actually find that I like things that Matt does. That's a little bit different than Jordy does. But then again, I like things that Jordy does that's a little bit different than Matt does. So I can see myself trying to combine their two techniques into learning. And then you watch everybody else that Dremel carves, and then you pick little things up from them. Really, really cool.
So hey, there's Flossie and Mike Stanifer, and Mike is making stuff.
Flossie, I am going to be emailing you soon. I'm on vacation next week, so I am taking a day to get emails out to everybody that won. I've been crammed and strapped and work and crazy life. So Monday, I'm going to be emailing everybody that won that I haven't emailed yet. But Flossie, you have a $25 Home Depot gift card coming your way. So please look out for an email from me. And if you're in chat and you won, be looking out for an email, because by Monday, I'm going to have them all out. I've got 9 straight days off, and I'm going to get caught up on everything. So, boom, be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, Flossie. Yeah. You
Yeah.
won
So
a $25 gift card.
Yep.
So I got stickers. If folks want stickers, I'm fixing to throw my email up here. Email me and give me your, address. And I'll send you some stickers.
Hey, Canadian Chris, how's it going?
So I'll leave that up for a minute. realprofrusty@gmail.com. If you want a sticker or stickers, you'll get an assortment.
And
yeah.
Was that Woodchucker? Yeah, I'm not rubbing in any vacation because I'm just going to the cottage for 9 days. But I'm taking my Dremel tool, I'm taking some wood, and I'm going to be carving by the lake. Might do some hiking, might do some bike riding, get out, see some scenery. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to do very little, as little as I can. There is some work around the cottage I've got to do, but I'm going to enjoy this time. I've got 4 weeks vacation, but I really only take 1 full week. So, all right, I'll stop rubbing it in. I'll stop. But now you're going to tell me I'm rubbing it in the whole vacation running live and stuff.
Well, I don't see it, Rusty. You don't see right here below our picture.
I see it.
It's below me and Deland. It says realprofrusty@gmail.com.
I see it. And hello, Julia at Julia's Crafty Chaos. It's another good channel to go check out. I am trying to reload. My Uncle Steve says he sees it. I see it in the studio.
Yeah, it's in the studio here on the okay, he says he sees it now.
Okay.
I put it in there in the chat too, so it's under your, of course, when I write it. So anyway, yeah, so send me an email, send me your address, and yeah, I know Old Path. I'll email you, or I'll mail you some.
So, Canadian Chris, that is not a bad mission, and I am going to try that. He says that his mission, if I choose to accept it, is to gather driftwood and relax. So, what my plans are, there is a state, if they turn it into a state recreation area, which kind of, pardon my language, pisses me off, because it was one of the last hidden gems in Michigan, and it's called Rockport State Park. And it is an old shipping yard, and there are just mountains and mountains of stone and rubble, and it's just so beautiful there. You can walk the trails, bike the trails, hike the trails, and it goes right along Lake Huron for miles. Well, for the 20 some years I've been going out there, it's never been a state park it's never been really on the map except for locals. And now that they've made it into a state park, everybody knows about it. Everybody goes there. And it used to be someplace you could go that was quiet, relaxing, handful of people there at the beach, handful of people walking the little stone mountains. And now they've ruined it. But to get to your point and my point, I'm going to walk or hike along Lake Huron and see if any really cool wood has washed up and see what I can find. So yes, I will accept that challenge, and I will accept it happily. Slapshot. So I believe, yeah, I think that is something you would be able to do with your bad back, because you could sit there, you can stand. I think that is something that you would be able to do, and I think you would enjoy it. So Bear just said he lost his favorite duck hunting spot and deer hunting spot to metro parks. I've learned something. You cannot hunt in a metro park. But if your feet's in the water, you're no longer considered in the metro park. Think about that. Oh, look at Rusty.
There it is.
Well, John, if I was that good of a swimmer, I would take you up on that. But seeing as how I almost drowned duck hunting, I'm probably not going to make it across Lake Huron. But yes, we could probably meet up sometime. That sounds good.
Where did my other? Anyway, so Perry's the first one to send me his address. So I am loading up his envelope right now. I gotta find. There they are.
Hey Jeff, I called you earlier. You didn't answer. Don't call me back. I won't answer right now. But I'll call you tomorrow. I want to see. I haven't talked to you in a little bit. All right, so nobody else has any questions. I find that hard to believe. I mean, Rusty's here for the taking. Rusty is here for the taking. So is there any other questions?
I'm also throwing in an Off-Track Syndicate sticker. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I could use some subs over there, people. Off-Track Syndicate on YouTube. It's a real shit show.
It's pretty good. I like Off Track sometimes. Sometimes I just don't. I'm not able to watch it. I hop on and it's right around my bedtime, and boom, I'm out.
Yeah, whatever. Let's see. I also got an assortment of just weird, stickers.
So 2 questions for you, Rusty. Will you ever get back on track?
No.
Okay. And what store did you buy your hat at?
AmericanHatmakers.com. AmericanHatmakers.com.
All right. Woodchucker said he put a question up above. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, does anyone else besides me have a problem with drying up the glue drying up inside the glue bottle with the heat? I have not. Now it'll dry in the tip, just the tip, even when it's closed. But inside the bottle, no. I do pretty much have to pry off the damn top of the bottle every time and clean it out. and I close it every time, but it still dries up inside there.
I didn't see Woodchucker's question, and no, it wasn't blocked. So if you want to re-ask it, please. And Flossie, there is no theme for the questions. It's just you've got questions that you want answered. Keeping it clean.
We might have answers.
Yep. Who makes the stickers?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yep.
I forget exactly who made mine. Shit. I don't know. I have to think about this for a minute.
Sticky Brand is where I go from or go through. I like Sticky Brand. Maybe a little bit expensive. I think it was like $20 for 100 stickers, but I really like their stickers.
I remember. Vinyl Disorder. That's who I order my stickers from. Vinyl Disorder.
And then Perry asks both of us, if you could swap lives with a cartoon character for a week, who would you pick and why?
Wow. Cartoon character. Bugs Bunny. Why?
So
I don't know.
I would. Is it Pepe Le Pew, the skunk that goes around and basically attacks women and like kisses them and gropes them and stuff like that? I definitely would not be him. But I think Yosemite Sam, just because he's cool.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Where did Gnats come from? We don't know where Gnats came from. Okay, it's just one of those things. But Vinyl Disorder, I really think you should look them up. They have specials all the time. They're fast. The quality's good. Vinyl Disorder. Okay, hold on. Let me get a damn link here. Son of a.
What is the meaning of the universe?
I don't know.
So what food would you fight someone over, like full-on duel with breadsticks? I have my answer. I'm ready for this one. I'm talking right now. If we were going to duel because of food, for me, it would be fried chicken and Southern buttermilk cornbread. If there's enough for one person on the table, you are dying and I'm eating. That's it. Don't put fried chicken and buttermilk cornbread in front of a fat guy because he will kill you all to get some.
If you started your own fight club, who would you want to fight first? Karen. Any Karen. Holy crap. Old Path, John, Chris, Ray and Sandy. Dad. Wow. Holy cow.
If you started your own fight club, who
I
would
just
you
said
want?
that. You didn't hear me? No. You didn't hear me say that?
No.
If you started your own fight club, who would you want to fight first? I said any Karen.
Oh, all right. Well, I was going to say Rusty.
Wow.
If a train leaves Boston headed due west, doing 55 miles an hour, at the same time, a train leaves Detroit heading due east, going 75 miles an hour, Who do you love or hate?
Do you
Or
love or
did
hate
you
those questions?
love or hate those questions?
Look, hey, look, you got your glasses on top of your head. Put them down there so you can, see what you're reading. There you go.
There you go. It's actually blurrier. I
that's
hated
all
those questions. Those were stupid questions.
At the same time, another train leaves Detroit headed east. 75. What time? Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody asked about resin. Let me scroll up here.
Chris, he said, how hard is it to work with resin? The only resin I worked with, epoxy resin, and it wasn't, as far as making anything. That's how we sealed our camper. We sealed the whole thing with epoxy resin. The top got a little bit of lightweight fiberglass mesh. The sides was just resin. And then after it dried, we put house paint on it. And it's held up pretty good. We did have a leak at the back over time, but I mean it's held up pretty good. The folks that carve with it, it's the only thing you have to be with epoxy resin. Now there's a couple different types of resin. So there's polyester resin, which is typically what's used in cars, like the old Corvettes and stuff. Had polyester resin. Some boats have polyester resin, but epoxy resin is better. It's also more expensive. Polyester resin is off gases terribly, and you really have to be careful breathing the chemicals and shit on that. The epoxy resin, not so bad. It's not so bad. But
so, depending on what you want to get into, if you watch, I always say it wrong, Beating Crazy Custom Creations, they do a lot of resin work there, but they do like mold resins. So I would check out a few different channels and see what you're interested in, and see which way you want to go. And God, they're all in the chat tonight. Miss June, and there's a fly on my head. Trying to scroll up.
Susie Dowdy says, Deland, whatever happened to my blue bass guitar you borrowed in the late 80s? He sold it for weed.
No, it actually. So have you ever heard of trading up?
Yeah.
So I traded up from the bass guitar to a drum set.
Yeah.
So I got the better of the deal.
There you go. Dad. Actually, it's totally AI created. I said I wanted, I don't remember exactly what the prompts was that I used, but so I have a couple of different ones that it made. Sometimes it doesn't spell your name just exactly right, but this one was one of the ones. Well, I guess I can hold up the sticker. This one was one of the ones where it spelled everything right. And yeah, so
scrolling up, there's a couple questions I want to get to. If your pet suddenly developed a side hustle, what job would they totally crush? So,
oh wow.
If my German Shepherd was still alive, he would completely be an assassin. He would be an assassin and he would be good at it. But he's dead. So he's probably not going to be so good at it. But if he was alive, he would be an assassin.
I know, Dad, I know you have trouble with AI, so you could probably get somebody to help you, but I just used Chat GPT. And it did it. It took it a couple of times, but It freaking did it.
What is your favorite material to work with? Oak, pine, walnut, or something other? For me, it is maple and cherry. I love cherry, as you've noticed. Maybe you haven't in some of the videos. I use cherry a lot. I love how cherry's interesting. If you've worked with it, cherry will continue to darken over time, and it's just really beautiful. Really
Right.
beautiful.
Curmudgeon, do you have a favorite wood? So, Curmudgeon, I do have some oak that was so graciously given to me by Joe. Doggone it, DIY. Damn it, is I'm going blank. What's his channel name? Dilemma, DIY.
Woodworking
Anyway,
dilemma.
Woodworking Dilemma. Yeah. And I like working with it, but look, I'm poor. All right. So right now my favorite is pine because that's what I can afford or get for free. But yeah, the a little bit of oak that I worked with, it was awesome, you know.
Mike is making stuff. Deland and Rusty both. A premier question for this week. Shooting the poop. Name a tool you have seen that made you think, why in the blank does this even exist? I have one. I don't know if I can find it, but I have one.
Okay. Go ahead. You name yours and then I'll tell you mine.
So it's so stupid, I don't know what the name is. But, and if I could see it right offhand, I would grab it, but I don't want to jump off camera just for this. But it's like a triangle ruler with two dial knobs that you're supposed to be able to put angles together with, and it is stupid. It is dumb. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and I think I own two of them. But I don't know. I'll be back. Rusty, you answer that. I'm gonna go off screen for a second.
Yeah. So the dumbest tool. I have no idea why this tool exists. Justin Bieber. I mean, really? That's a freaking tool right there. Just. That's it. That's all I got. Where did Deland just left me all alone in here? Oh, there he is.
I'm not going to waste too much more time looking for it, but trust me when I say this, they're around here somewhere because I don't think I was smart enough to throw them away. But it's basically like a slide ruler that's like a triangle, and each corner has a little dial knob to tighten and loosen. Dumb. Just dumb.
What you drinking? I am drinking Stag 24B that I was so graciously gifted a sample of.
Trying to get caught up on the questions. Did you see Curmudgeon's question about what kind of wood do you like?
Yes, I answered him.
Cherry is hard but beautiful.
SMWC, what's up, buddy? What's one thing that you could snap your fingers and be a master at? What would it be? Distiller, whiskey distiller. That's my life's passion. I wished I could be in that position.
Life. I would like to snap my fingers and just have life all figured out. But at almost 53 years old, I still don't have life figured out. So that is why I have to put my hands or my mind and body in the hands of Jesus, because I think I'm never going to figure it out. But that is it. Life. If I could snap my fingers and just have life figured out, that would be good.
My other one would be women. If I could snap my fingers and just completely understand women, that would be awesome. But I don't think that's possible.
No, I'm trying to read through chat and think about what you just said. I don't think it would be hard. I mean, it's not hard figuring out women. I don't think, because there's really not a lot to figure out. Women want to be treated with respect and loyalty, and they want security. And if you don't give any of those things, like I fall short of a lot in my relationship, that is where the troubles come from. So I think everything stems around those four things.
And where to go to get something to eat.
That too.
Hey, honey, where do you want to go eat? I don't care. All right, let's go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. No, I don't want to go there. Okay, let's go get Mexican. No. I said, well, pick a spot. No, I don't. I just let's just go somewhere. Okay, let's go to Golden Corral. No. I mean, tell me you got that figured out. No, you don't. No. How about all right, honey, we need to leave at 7:00. Okay, I just need 15 more minutes. 2 hours later.
I've got that figured out. When you have to leave at 7, you make sure you tell her you are leaving at 6, and she will be ready by 7. Bam. All right, next question. You are now legally required to wear one costume for the rest of your life. What is it, and how are you making it work in everyday situations? Spider-Man. Biggest Spider-Man you've ever seen. And I climb telephone poles. So could you see me, a 300-pound Spider-Man, in the 300-pound Spider-Man costume with face on, slinging webs, climbing up these poles, and being Spider-Man? Boom. Spider-Man. All day long. And I would be the sexiest 300-pound Spider-Man, so it would work no matter what. But it might stink, because if I've only got one costume and I'm wearing it every day, it's going to get bad. That's a good question. I like that. I'm so far behind on chat. All right. Questions in the post. I will jump over there in a second. See, do you know what I'm talking about, Mike? Mike just said that he knows what I'm talking about to lock in the angles. It's dumb. It's dumb. All right, I'm hopping over for a second. I'm going to try and get caught up. Let me go see. Refresh. See what's in there. So, what is the best website to get your stickers made that don't cost a lot? Rusty,
Vinyl Disorder.
what did you pay?
I think I paid $25 for. I don't know how many this is. There's a lot. There's a lot here. I don't know, and they're 3-inch by 3-inch square stickers.
Boom! We are celebrating tonight that Muddy Mud Dog has been a member of the channel for 1 month. Thank you, sir. And for you,
Man,
you get some applause.
what do you do first?
You get the winner bell. And since it's so sweaty and nice out, you get a good. Sorry about that.
Wow.
I had to do it. Hey, you get a shout out. And did you know that we have $1.99 channel member offers now? They're open. So I get my stickers, everybody's stickers that I've received. They have really cool stickers. I like everybody's stickers. I like my sticker because it's a little thicker. I'm not going to say it's better, but I think with shipping and everything, it was only like $26 for 100. I'm not a sticker connoisseur, but I think that's kind of decent. Now, if you can get stickers, they're the 2.5-inch or 2-inch stickers, cheaper than that, then, go for it. But I like Sticky Brand. I've had really good luck with them. The only time I had bad luck is my first batch. They got lost in Detroit for like a week. I think the mail center lost them because they were actually stuck there for a week. And I'm like 20 minutes from there. I could have went and picked them up. But that wasn't the Sticky Brand's fault.
I mean, did somebody look at Vinyl Disorder and didn't like the prices they were getting? Vinyl. Let me look and see what. Let's see.
What's your favorite Mexican restaurant? So we had a conversation like this over in Bourbon Tube about a year back. Mike, that's a good answer. My favorite Mexican restaurant, I think it's Ocho Micos down in Detroit. And we have a big Spanish population in Detroit, and there's a bunch of Mexican restaurants, Mexican food trucks. And you can't go wrong with going down there, even to a food truck. You get some really good tacos off a food truck and out of gas stations in Detroit. I'm telling you, they are top notch. So there.
Yeah. So what I'm looking at, I just went there, custom sticker sale, 3-inch, 3x3. What the? No, that's not what I paid. All right. This one says 100 3-inch custom vinyl stickers for $25.
And Muddy Mud Dog. We're not playing 21 questions again. Well, I mean, I guess we are. Armando's is good. Yes. Armando's is good. What we're doing is a lot of times we get so busy in the live stream and in the chats, and the chat gets going so fast. Angela's on Eureka Road near Trenton is good too. Yes. Allen Park, I think, is better. But a lot of times we get so distracted and so busy with the guest and the chat going so fast that people ask questions and either Rusty and I miss it or we don't get a chance to answer it. So tonight we are just taking time, whether they're silly questions or serious questions. You know, we're wanting to interact with everybody in chat because a lot of times we don't get a chance to. So
All right.
that's why we're doing this.
All right. So yeah, 103, it says blah, blah, blah. It says it's $64. But if you scroll down and read, it says easily personalize your belongings, promote your brand, 100. The deal price will kick in automatically once you add them to your cart. No promo codes needed. These 30 stickers, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be 100 stickers for $25. That's what I paid.
And as far as I know, we're not affiliated with either one that we're talking about. I know I'm not affiliated with Sticky Brand. So what is the one thing you would like to improve about yourself the most? That's a good question. Now, do you want the straight up honest answer or do you want a funny answer? Because I'm going to go real life here. If you want real life, I'm going to go real life. And for me, I would have to say, I would like to improve the most in hearing what my wife says, retaining what my wife says, and putting into action what my wife says. Because there's a lot of times we will talk about projects and conversations, and I will be, yes, dear, okay, yeah, I can do that, I can do that. And then 6 months later, she's like, do you remember when we had this conversation about you doing this? Yes. Is it done? No, I forgot about it. So I would definitely like to get better at that. And that is something that's a struggle every day. I need to get better at that.
I would like to be able to be more confident about things. That's it. Because I am not confident about anything, ever. Positive. I'm not positive or confident about anything ever. And unfortunately, I'm usually right.
No, you probably have the lack of confidence to the point to where you stress yourself out, to where you make yourself right, to where if you screw up because you're stressing yourself out rather than going at it with an open mind and trying to do better and improve. You have Judy on your side. As long as you've got Judy on your side, you can do anything.
That's right.
And that's the truth.
Yeah, Old Path, did you scroll down there and see? Yeah, it says 64, but you scroll down and read it and you do all the stuff. And when you get into the cart, it's $25.
Hey, Troy from Baker Drinks. Thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate it. Canadian Chris goes, well, I'm positive and confident that you'd beat everyone in trivia questions.
No, not always. No. Yeah, I am confident about my hat. I love my hat. I just love it because nobody else has one.
So Miss Francis one night, if you guys didn't see this, you guys got to see it. She pulled out this hat with these glasses on it. It's a steampunk hat on her live. And she was like, she's proud of this hat. It's a really cool hat. And I liked it. And hopefully one night, if she comes back on the live, she will wear this hat because it looks like Rusty's hat. And she was so proud to have this hat on that looked like Rusty. I mean, I called Rusty and I'm like, dude, you got to get in this live because she's wearing this hat in honor of you. And it's a cool hat. And I love the hat.
Yeah.
So, all right. I would love to be able to make decisions quicker. That's a good one. Being a Libra can have its drawbacks. Have her get you to repeat what she says. That's good. That's a good idea. And Troy says he doesn't normally have. It's not often I'm home from work this early. Glad to catch some of this live. We're glad you're here. Basically, tonight is question and answer night for everybody in the chat. We've decided that we get so busy on the lives with guests and we miss so much of the chat going on. So many questions that we were going to make tonight just about the chat. If anybody in chat had a question they wanted to ask, they wanted a topic they wanted to bring up, it's going to be all about trying to focus on chat because too many times the lives get so busy, we miss what's happening in chat. So
Can you?
yeah, Miss Francis says she's a hat person for sure, man. She loves your hat. So there's some stuff that you can put on that, Mike. Yes, her glasses are awesome and the hat. I bet if we put her on a split screen with Rusty with that hat, they would be like twins. But Rusty would be the older, crankier twin. Whatever. Uh-oh, Rusty's muted. He's getting yelled at. He's getting schooled. He's getting told what to do right now. When he mutes the mic, that means Judy's getting on him. Wow, that's throwing out some questions like a shotgun. All right, since Rusty's getting yelled at, I will answer these. Easiest build. Trying to think. So one of the easiest,
my birdhouse was, or just a plain ordinary birdhouse. That was my easiest build.
Okay. A few months ago, I made a key box holder. That was one of the easiest builds I've made, and I really enjoyed that. That was pretty easy. Very few tools, didn't have to do anything crazy with it, and I wanted it to look rustic. Hardest build. I think I don't know if it's necessarily the hardest, but the most technical were the floating shelves that I made for our cove, because they had to have doors, and the doors had to be right, and they had drawers. And I really haven't done a lot with making drawers, so I think that was probably the hardest, most technical with that. Favorite build? I think it's the key box holder. No, you know what? I think my favorite build is one that my grandson helped me with. We made a spice rack out of fence pickets, and it came out so good. I mean, it was like beautiful for being fence pickets. and it was useful. So I think the fence picket spice rack, which I actually ended up making another one for my grandson to take home, and that was good.
My favorite build would be the coffee table that I made for my mother. I'm really proud of that. You know, it's got all the different bunch of different elements in it. It's even got did a little bit of line carving on the second shelf, and that's my I'd really like to make another one. Actually, I'd like to make another table, but I got a bunch of other stuff going on right now. But yeah, that's my that would be the hardest and favorite for me. I don't have a least favorite. I've loved them all.
So the most complex build that I did is not one that is on YouTube, but my wife wanted a baking station, kind of like a movable island. When you go through what we call our great room, it's like our back room into the kitchen, there's about a 4-inch step up to get into the kitchen. So she wanted a movable cabinet with a butcher board top on it with storage. So all she had to do was roll it, because our kitchen's small, but she could roll it over to that step. She could stand on the step and make cupcakes, knead dough, whatever. She could do her baking things there and have all of her supplies in that cabinet. That, I think, was the hardest thing I've made, because there were so many layers to it. It had doors on it. The doors open and closed, obviously, but it had windows in it. Also, because we wanted it to look farmhouse rustic. It had the butcher block top, and it had to work. So that, I think, was one of my favorite builds, or complex builds. So proudest moment as an influencer. Rusty, you want to try that?
I don't have one of them because I am not a quote unquote influencer. I am just a guy that gets on the computer and talks to people.
So yeah, I kind of agree with Rusty. I don't see myself as an influencer, because I don't know that anybody gets influenced from me. But if there was something I was proud of, it's being able to be open enough to learn from other people out there. It's kind of how it was with the bourbon community also. I was learning a lot from you and Laura and other channels. I just let that get way out of hand. But with this community of builders and learning and watching, sometimes people get stuck in their own little world and they don't want to grow. And I'm kind of proud of the fact that I've been able to grow with the people in this community. But if I did have to say one thing, it would be the Wounded Warrior Project. That was something that I never thought in a million years would happen. But I can't be proud of that because of me. I have to be proud of that because of everybody else, because of everybody else kicking in. I was just a vessel for that movement, and it turned out great. So that was one of my proudest moments. I hope that answered all of it. So, happy curmudgeon. No, I did not get into woodworking because of my father. My father was an alcoholic, and I spent many of nights with my father going to school from the bar. Like, we would wake up in the bar, and he would take me to school. Because back then, why didn't you? Why not? So woodworking was a hobby that I picked up. It's got to be 10 or 15 years ago now, and just started making little things, learning how to do things, watching videos, trial and error. There's this really beautiful, I love it. It's huge, but there's a love sign. It's actually a shelf that says love. And probably about 15 years ago, I made that for my wife. And it's still, that thing has fallen off the wall and it hasn't broke. But it's the angles, I had to figure out the angles on how to put all the pieces together. And yeah, that's it. But no, it was a hobby I wanted to get into. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Yeah, I mean, I'm proud that, with all the friends I've made, everywhere with Whiskey Tube, the woodworking, the resin, the crafts, all the people that have just joined on this channel. I appreciate and love, because the support, you guys keep me going on days that I don't want to do a live, I don't want to do a video. It's like once I get on the live or do the video, I'm so pumped to get it done. So yes, thank you. Well, thank you, Woodchucker. Yeah, baby kisses, those are the best things. My kids are pretty much all grown up now. So I don't get a lot of those little trinkets. But what I'm hoping for is, what I really enjoy is when my grandson's over for the weekend, and let's say I do a video. Let's say he helps me do a video. 9 times out of 10, I'm making something because I need something. I'm making something because my wife asked for something. But one of the best things for me is when he looks at me and goes, "Can we make another one so I can take it home?" That kind of makes me feel good, because then I can sit down and be like, all right, yes, you can make another one and I'm going to help. And that's awesome.
I'm stuffing envelopes.
I had a mail call. I did it live stream. I tried to hold it together, but it was a huge community support thing. They got my heart. Oh, I didn't see that one. Oh, Perry, look at you. If you could press pause on the world for a week just for yourself, how would you spend that time? Not sweating. Holy crap, am I sweating? If I could press pause and just stop everything. Oh, that's a good question, because there's so many avenues and foxholes you could run down. I think it would be to help with better self-improvement. Because I'll be honest, I screw up. I screw up a lot. And I screw up at a lot of the wrong times. So if anything, it would be to try and fix a lot of my mistakes and get better for the future. Yeah, I think that's it. Because life is so busy, life is so fast, that when you think you have time to put your attention where you need to put it, that time slips away because this happens or that happens. So if I could press pause for a week, it would definitely be for self-improvement. 100%. If you could learn something from anyone alive or dead, who would that be?
Oh, wow.
I've never thought of that. Like anything specific? I think I would have to go with my grandpa's. Because I never had a chance to meet my one grandpa. The other grandpa, Grandpa Doty, very young, don't remember a lot. He passed away. So if I could go back and learn something from anybody, I think it would be both or one of those two. Because I feel like they would have been amazing men. Could be wrong, but I feel like they would have been amazing men. And they would have had a lot to offer. Truth right there. Wow, Perry, are you Googling these questions? Come on, Rusty, I need some help. I'm getting put on the spot. If your younger self met you today, what would they admire and what might they be surprised or disappointed by? Oh, my goodness. All right, let me unpack this.
I have no idea. I don't know who that person was. Ooh. Oh, wow.
So,
hold on to
that. Wow. Oh, the silence is deafening. So I don't know that they would admire anything because while my younger years were spent with a lot of drugs and a lot of alcohol, being in a rock band, doing stuff like that, that was actually a lot of fun. But
a lot of wasted time.
A lot of wasted time. But I don't see myself as somebody that somebody would admire. If anything, I would say my work ethic. They would admire my work ethic because I've had the same job for almost 30 years. I use my vacation time and my flex time, don't get me wrong, but I've had the same job for almost 30 years. So maybe they would admire my work ethic. Now, what might they be surprised or disappointed by? John, I think I should. I think I'm going to jump right up on this table and lay down as you guys start asking questions. I think they would be surprised that I'm not dead. Honestly.
Oh, yeah. I was sure I'd be dead before I was 40. When I was 25, I was like, there's no way you're making it to 40.
Yeah. And there were many of times in my younger years, I shouldn't have been alive. So
it's true.
I think they would be surprised I mean, surprised or disappointed that I'm still alive. Just depends on how you're looking at it. But yeah, that's it. I hope I answered those for you, and I'm trying to be as honest as I can. So I'm already
Wow.
on medication, Woodchucker.
So let's yeah, this is like therapy sessions and stuff, and that's great. But this is a, woodworking type channel and stuff. So let's get into some woodworking stuff,
Yeah.
So like I just went over to Harbor Freight. They've got some new tools, some new woodworking tools. This looks very interesting, and I am going to go check it out. Let me bring it up here. So this is right there. It is a Hercules finger sanding backing pad for an oscillating multi-tool. Now that's pretty cool. $9.99. So it turns your oscillating tool into a little finger sander. They've also got some other stuff here. There's a scraper blade, blade for oscillating tool. There's a triangle sanding backing pad for oscillating. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to look that up.
So Rusty, this might be a question for you. I mean, we both could probably answer it, but Woodchucker asked it. He goes, I've seen it a lot. A lot of people are wondering when they are live streaming, most people, when they put a link in the description, it's not clickable. Do you know how to do the steps to turn it on so the link is clickable when you're live? Can you do a video on it? When I am live streaming, in the chance, mine are clippable, but I haven't seen a lot of live streams in the chats.
Jesus, where was this question at? I still don't see it.
It's on my page. It's on my post page. I
posted
it.
So the key to that is you have to be a moderator. The people, whoever's live you're on, you have to be a moderator. And when you post as a moderator a link, it is made clickable then. If you are not a moderator, your posts are not clickable. But in here, if you post a link, it may not look clickable to you, but it will be clickable.
All right, Rusty, here's one for you. Bam.
Yeah.
What's one underrated tool that totally changed your workflow? I have an answer, but I'm going to let you answer.
All of them. All of them. Any tool that I have figured out how to use has completely changed my workflow. I had a basic understanding. Well, I still only have a basic understanding of most of the stuff. My table saw. When I figured out some of the stuff that I could do with that by watching videos and figuring out and this and that, it totally changed my workflow. The little router, playing with that, figuring out the little bearing, the follow bit or bearing bit or whatever, it's got the bearing on the end of it, and doing that was amazing. Yeah, any of it. It's all changed it. I am a master of none, and I'm just learning them.
So for me, and this is honest, and Woodchucker, I'm gonna get to your answer in a second. For me, this is just honest because I have had this in my toolbox for probably the best of 10 years. Maybe 7, but probably closer to 10. And it wasn't until this community that I actually pulled it out and tried to figure it out, and that is my Dremel tool. I have almost never used this tool the whole time that I've owned it, and I've owned it for years and years and more years. I pulled it out once, said, never mind, threw it in the toolbox, and that was it. Watching you guys do some of the stuff you guys do, I was like, well, I've got one of those. So that's changed so much. And I have you guys to thank for that. All right, let me go up. So is it better to just put at?
No. So what the at does, and I've noticed that people haven't figured that out in the woodworking community. All right, so you're in a live, and you want something. You want something like Plywood wants to say something to June's House of Crafts. He can type put the at, and start typing June's name. If June's in here, as soon as he starts typing it, it'll come up. Click on that, and when he sends whatever message with that, it'll highlight to them so that they will see it. So it'll only highlight to them. So June would see her name highlighted, and then whatever the person wrote, so that she knows, this person's trying to talk to me, and blah blah blah. So at is just for that, and that only works for me. I have yet to figure out how to make that shit work on a phone. It only works on a desktop, putting the at and then starting to type somebody's name, and it comes up. That's also how you tell if somebody's watching that hasn't said anything. If they're in chat and you start to type their name, it'll pop up. If it doesn't pop up, then they're not in chat. So there's that.
Yeah, and Perry's right. Like if
you
were to tag me in a comment, it only highlights me. So Let me do this. I'm gonna do something really quick. Now, everybody is a moderator here also, so it's different with my live than everybody else's live. Some people, nobody's moderators. Some people, only certain people are moderators. But let me do this. I'm gonna go over here and like right now, I put Woodchucker Chainsaw Carver, and it pulled up Woodworking 52, Woodworking Dilemma. So they may be in chat and not listening, or they may have left. So
if they're not here, then their name will not come up. So they're here. They may not be listening, but they're here. They have it open.
Yep. So now I just put Woodchucker, John, and Perry in a tag that says hello. So now each of you should receive your own little highlighted thing.
Portion, yeah.
Yep. And if that didn't work, Rusty's going to have to teach me again.
Yeah, no, that's...
Yeah, so like Jeff Doty just at DeLand's Handmade Woodworking, and it highlighted me. So like they're only going to get highlighted, I believe, if they're moderators. I might be wrong on that.
No. It'll do it if you're a moderator or not. It'll do it. You just have to be in here to see it. And I forgot Grand Poobah.
Yeah. So long story short, it is better to put the at, because it'll pull up names.
Yeah, if you want to tag somebody, if you want to put somebody's link, then you got to go copy the link. But so Flossie, I have to tell you this. So it was figured out that I do have, so I have Lord, Reverend, and Professor in front of Rusty J. Lugnuts, but now it's Lord, Reverend, Professor Rusty J. Lugnuts, US, and US is I was told uncultured swine. So yes, I am Lord Reverend Professor Rusty J. Lugnut's uncultured swine. So there's that. That came from Beaver, Beaver herself. So yeah. Anyway, I can't get it to do it, baby kisses. It won't. On my will not pull up anybody's name when I start typing it in there.
Not on a cell phone. I can't figure that out either.
Yeah, it won't. It won't do it for me.
Yeah, let's see if Bear and the Boss Lady's here. Hey, Raja.
Yeah, at Bear. No, Bear is not here.
Bear bailed on the live.
Yeah, Bear bailed on us. He's not in here. I mean, you can type it in there on the phone, but it's not going to pull up their name before you finish typing it.
And you know what? That's okay. If a lot of people bailed, there's only 22 people here. This probably wasn't the live stream everybody was expecting. I wasn't sure what to expect. I really wanted to have a night to where, we interact more with the chat, because too many channels get busy, too many channels get big, and it's like the chat is all but forgotten because it goes so fast. There's too many people in it, and we're always, talking to the guest, doing other things. So tonight I just really wanted to spend time with you guys, because without interacting with you guys in the chat and girls, this live wouldn't be possible. So
Raja, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Yeah, Woodchucker, don't leave a space between at and the name.
Yep.
Oh, Raja. That's a hard-working man right there.
He is. He's good too. He can carve without even looking.
Yeah, he can.
And he has all of his fingers, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Just checking my phone.
Finally found you again, Professor Rusty.
Were you lost?
Yeah, I guess. I was lost and then I was found, I guess. What? Judy said, boo.
Woodchucker, no problem.
Yeah, man.
What I suggest to make it easier for sharing people's pages and stuff is just make everybody a basic moderator. If you make them a basic moderator, they can share their own links. They don't have to tag anybody. And to be honest, if it's a moderator that gets out of hand, boot them. So that's
all right. Here's another thing that I don't know if you moderators or whatever. So when you are in YouTube, if you go over and you hover over their picture, like Baby Kisses or Plywood, or let's do Old Path. Hover over Old Path, his little picture in chat. Click on it, and it'll say channel activity. Go to channel, report, block, whatever. So then you can go to his channel. It'll open up another page and take you right to his main channel. Then you can go up to the top, copy and paste that link right there, and then come back over to YouTube, paste it in the chat, and there's Old Path's link, and it turns it into a clickable link. So that's the easiest way.
Woodchucker's right, I believe. That's only
right. Yeah, it's only for moderators, but everybody's a moderator here, so yeah.
Yep. All right, so Rusty, I know this is your favorite time.
What's that?
I need a minute, so I'm going to jump off stage.
You're gonna pull a Jen, which that's an inside joke, but yeah, you're gonna pull a Jen. Okay.
So come up with your funniest questions for Rusty for the next 5 minutes while I go
Oh dear God.
get rid of my man bladder. And
No, that's just for mods, Flossie. Sorry. Yeah.
I did not. It didn't keep on working.
And stuff. Let's hide that right there. Since you're coming over, do you want to do it? Yes. Yeah, I want to do a collaboration build on something, Old Path. What are you talking about? You know, we'll do something. I don't know what, but we'll do something. I want you to teach me how to make those benches, man. I love those benches, dude. Sometimes you can't find me? Dan's Homestead. Hey, that's a new name. He's not a moderator. What's up, Dan? Oh, wait, there we go. Boom. What's up, Dan's Homestead? How are you, buddy? You know what? Let me go over here.
We'll keep losing track of you that they can't keep.
Let's open up Dan's Homestead channel over here. Dang, he's got 400 subscribers. Cool, dude. You know what? I'm gonna put Dan's copy. Dang it, baby kisses. Beat me to it. Got to make Dan a mod. He's a good one. Cool. What's up, Dan? Where are you at, man? Where are you located in the world, my friend? I will definitely sub Dan. Hey, you can. Rusty, your wife's video on making candy was very good. Similar recipe that my mom used growing up. Thanks, Chris. She loves making that candy. She tries to do it every year and make an assortment and just hand it out and stuff. Yeah, I like her. Trust me, I like the candy too. Hey, lady. I gotta ask permission.
my wife likes the eye candy too. That's why she's married to me.
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, you know, hey, you know, us trophy husbands, you know, we have there's a lot of expectation from us trophy husbands.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're in first place and then the other guy's in third place.
What?
You know?
Old Path? Oh, he's got to go to bed. Well, you know, when you're older, you have to go to bed. You got to go to bed early. Oh, wait, it's moon time, new month. Okay, whatever.
So that's a good question, baby kisses. How long did it take
Shalom,
you?
brother.
Huh?
I was telling Old Path shalom.
Oh. How long did it take you to build the man cave shop? Right? How long did it take you to build the man cave shop? So, about 5 minutes because it's my garage.
Oh, he's not going to bed. Spotting the moon.
Oh,
You'll have to teach me, sir. I don't know anything about it. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
so I just took over part of the garage, and when we were doing the remodel, we had some of this extra wainscoting. That's the white stuff you see on the wall here. And I was tired of, I mean, even though you can still see it behind me, I was just tired of everywhere I look. It's like bare studs because it's the garage. So I threw up some of this wainscoting to give me something to screw into. And that's about the best of the man cave shop. Now, if you've seen the other side of the garage, which is normally out of camera view, it's a sad mess. Yes. So
Okay.
that's it. Rusty, what about you? What about your man cave shop?
Well, all right. So if any of you watched from the beginning, you know that I didn't have a shop. I had a tent in the front yard there for the first little bit, and then I was granted use of a small, I don't even know what size it is, 10, 12 foot wide by 15, 16 foot long old car that we called it the car barn because it, you know, you could put a car in it. And right now I wished it was 4 times as big because it's just so full of stuff. I'm going to have to figure out some way of storing wood because it's taking up, the wood that I have is taking up so much space that I need that space that it's taking up. So, which I don't know. Anyway, I didn't build it. It was already there.
Cool. So I'm going to end the chat here in probably about another 5 or 10 minutes. It's getting
You're
late.
shutting it down?
Shutting it down. It's getting late. I need to shower, get to bed here pretty soon.
Right.
Need to rub it in a little bit. One more sleep, and then I'm on vacation. And that's how we measure time with my grandson. 2 more sleeps, and you're coming over.
There you go.
1 more sleep, and you're going home. So for me, 1 more sleep, and I'm on vacation.
Yeah, 1 more sleep, and I get 2 days off in a row. Yes.
Yep. Now, I will probably be going live out there. I will do some videos. I'm going to probably try to finish. I'm in the middle of a video right now for this big chunk of hunk of thing. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah, I'm in the middle of a video for this right now. Aiden came up with some really cool ideas. I was gonna chop this thing and just make little pieces out of it. But then Aiden was like, why don't you do something to tie in the top with the face and then do something down here and just make it one big long carving. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm making this big hunk of chunka something. But if you can see, it's got some detail starting in it. I don't know how well you can see it because.
Yeah, I can see the face. Yeah.
And then if you look, which it's going to be in the video, also carving up in here for this stuff to tie in to the forehead. So it all looks cohesive.
Nice.
And then I'm going to do something else down here once I get to the beard and stuff. So that will be going up north with me to get worked on. And thank you guys. And like I said, I've probably got 10 or 12 minutes of a video put together. I think once I get the beard and stuff done, that's going to be video number 1. And then what I have planned for the bottom is probably going to be video number 2 because I think it's going to be way too long to do that whole thing. Mainly because I'm speeding through the carving parts, but I'm putting music to it so it's interesting. And if I zoom through too much of it, then I just feel like the video's wasted if it's just all fast forwarded. So I'm trying to make it interesting.
Oh, Dad, put more wood spirit faces in it, like a wood spirit totem pole.
So I was thinking about that, Dad. But also, I guess I can tell you this because depending on what it comes out like, depends on what the video is going to be, and you guys won't know until it's done. Was thinking about that, or I was thinking if I can. So, like, I've got to finish up here for the beard. So the nose is here, the cheeks are here, and then the mustache and the beard's going to come down through here. I was thinking about putting a little gnome house or something in here, but then having the beard kind of wrap around it. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room, but that's what I'm thinking. Or I'll just do, like you said, another wood spirit face or two and go from there. But I'm really trying to keep that whole piece intact because I really like the branches coming off of it.
Yeah.
So, all right. I am out. Thank you guys for being here. Hopefully it wasn't too boring, but I just really thought it would be good to interact with you guys in chat since we don't really get a chance to do that very often. So, yeah, I think I may try that, Jeff. I've just got to figure that out. Vines or leaves was another one that I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Vines and leaves would be
Hey,
kind of
Blotto,
cool.
thank you for being here.
Yep.
So I've got some ideas. And if I don't do it on this one, I've got another huge big chunk that's 2 feet bigger than that one that I can do. So
Yep.
that's what it is. Then if I find more hiking, even more ideas. But thank you guys for being here.
Hey, Old Path wants you to send him stickers too. He's reminding me to.
Okay.
His address is in the description of his page. So
Yeah, I've got it. There's a few stickers I've got to get sent out. If you guys want stickers and you have not got stickers from me, shoot me an email because that's another thing next week. I'm going to start addressing all envelopes, getting stickers out. So shoot me an email.
there's my email if you want stickers.
Thank you, Canadian Chris. Thank you very much. Thank you. And if this is something you guys want to do more to where we just interact with the chat with you guys, let me know. Let us know. Because I know, sometimes it gets really busy, talking to everybody that's on the panel to where we miss you guys a lot. And last thing I want to do is have you guys feel left out or be that channel that never, responds to people. So let us know. Uh-oh. Hey, CNG Creations.
You're late, CNG. We're fixing to hang it up here, buddy.
We're hanging it up.
But you can go back and watch.
Rusty's got the mute music going with Judy. And it's getting ready to turn into a rated R live. That's why we're getting off of it. Wait. That didn't come out right. All right, guys.
All right, we're out.
Thank you for being here. See you later.
See ya.